What's going on YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. We are now one weekend through the Call of Duty League season for 2021, and what a great opening weekend it was. Now granted, I was a little worried after Thursday and Friday because those matches just didn't deliver the dramatics, but man, did Saturday and Sunday deliver. Not only did we get some great Call of Duty action, we got some great dramatics as well, and I want to highlight some matches. I want to talk about some of my favorite players through this, and overall, I just want to talk about how much fun it was to watch Call of Duty being played at this high of a caliber, and how I'm going to take some of the stuff I learned from this weekend and apply it to the way I play Call of Duty moving forward, because my goodness, was that a lot of fun to watch. And I also want to just give a shout out to you guys, the community that are following the Call of Duty League. What, 50,000, maybe 55,000 of us watching at the same time? That was really cool to see. And I'm not just talking about when the top tier teams were playing each other, when you had Faze and Optic. I'm talking about, you know, the lower end matches, the Paris Legion versus LA Guerrillas match. Like, still 50,000 people were tuning in for these games that were just, it's just a video game, man, and 50,000 people were watching it, and I think that was fantastic to see, and I think it's some great momentum that the Call of Duty League can now build off of as we move forward here in the 2021 season. So obviously, like I said, Thursday and Friday didn't really provide many dramatics, with just the winning teams going 12-1. LA Thieves beating Minnesota Rocker 3-1. Minnesota taking a very rare S&D match, but still won 3-1. My Seattle Surge losing to Dallas Empire 3-rip was tough to watch, but man, did Dallas look good. Optic Chicago just destroying Paris Legion, and Atlanta Faze taking it to the LA Guerrillas 3-0. But then Saturday's first match delivered with some true dramatics, with LA Guerrillas winning 3-2 over Paris Legion, and the true MVP of this LA Guerrillas matchup was, of course, Apathy, who just looked great for all 5 matches, but realistically, in my opinion, went off in the Seattle hardpoint on Crossroads, played really well during the Miami SND, and played great when they needed him to in that and the SND on raid as well. So that was just a really fun match to watch, and just watching Apathy destroy was super entertaining as well. And the Toronto Ultra Florida Mutineers match was also really fun to watch, but Florida could never really get that momentum. Sure, they took one game off of Toronto Ultra, but to me, Kleenex just cleaned up for Toronto Ultra and looked just so dominant in that game. I didn't get to watch too much of the LA Thieves versus New York Subliners, but let's be honest here, the Thieves are a powerhouse, and they provided us our only sweep of the weekend, beating the Subliners 3-0. Then we had a truly terrific matchup between the Seattle Surge, my Seattle Surge, and the London Royal Ravens, and that was just a pleasure to watch. That CDL Hardpoint first game of the series on Crossroads was just so fun to watch, and realistically for me, Crossroads in general, the entire weekend was just a super fun hardpoint to watch, because I find P4 is just such a hard break for a lot of teams, and to watch the different strategies teams use to really try to break that hard point was so fun to watch. And yeah, I really like the way Seattle came out. The SND on Crossfire was so fun. I really like that one too. 11 round dramatics. Like I said, the weekend did provide some dramatics, and realistically Sunday provided the most of them, having all 3 matches going to 5 rounds each. Oh man, what a fun time. Minnesota Rocker then beating Dallas Empire 3-2. I didn't catch any of this game, but judging by the 3-2, I don't know. I thought Dallas Empire was going to be the better team here, but Minnesota Rocker proved a lot of people wrong. And then kind of the matchup of the weekend was Optic Chicago versus Atlanta Faze, and well, Optic Chicago just didn't show up when it came to SND, getting 6-0'd and 6-1, and man, did Atlanta Faze looked absolutely dominant when it came to SND. And man, is Miami a fun map to watch competitive SND on. Like, a lot of people don't like that map. I don't like that map, but man, is it fun on S&D, and man, is it fun to watch the pros play it. Realistically, this game could have been finished in round 4 if Optic Chicago could have clutched up on Moscow Hardpoint, and they just didn't, and Atlanta Faze took that one 250 to 245. Some real dramatics in the hardpoint controls for this matchup, but it all came down to SND, and Optic Chicago didn't look very good. in those SNDs, and Scump didn't look very good in those SNDs either. So my main takeaways from weekend 1, Atlanta Faze looked strong, LA Thieves look really strong, giving up 1 game out of 6, going 6-1 on the weekend. That was huge. I think the Toronto Ultra, they only got to play once this weekend, but they looked really strong. I think they're going to be a really good team this year. Granted, it was just against the Mutineers, and it was kind of the first Mutineers game since the loss of Faro over the summer, and man, was that a touching tribute. Holy smokes. Just had me really emotional about a professional Call of Duty player, and you could tell how much he meant not only to the Mutineers, but to the entire Call of Duty League and their players and the community in general. And I thought that was very well done by the Call of Duty League, highlighting that and really talking about it. And yeah, just a truly touching tribute. So for me right now, I definitely have the LA Thieves at the top of the Call of Duty League, followed closely by the Atlanta Faze. I don't really think I'm going to read too much into Optic Chicago's collapse in SND, because honestly, I don't see them getting 12-1 again for the rest of the year in SND, so they're going to tighten up as the season goes on, and I think their SND will actually improve. Like I said, I think Toronto Ultra looked fantastic. Not much to take away from the LA Guerrillas. I think Apathy is dominant. My Seattle Surge, obviously, I don't think played very good against Dallas, but then came out with a strong showing against the Royal Ravens. But we're just going to have to wait and see. There's not too many conclusions I can draw from week 1 other than the strength of LA Thieves and Atlanta Faze. But I truly do believe we're in for a hell of a season here for the Call of Duty League in 2021. And I'm looking very forward to watching more this weekend. And yeah, so let's talk about this weekend's schedule. Let's talk about who's going to be playing during week 2 here. So week 2 kicks off with the LA Guerrillas versus the Florida Mutineers. Honestly, I like the momentum that the Guerrillas had after their last game, and I have them winning over the Florida Mutineers. I just want to see Apathy go off again. Man, was he fun to watch. Then we have just I think it's going to be a fantastic game between the Toronto Ultra and Optic Chicago. I don't know, man. Can Optic come back after that awful S&D they played on Sunday night? We'll have to wait and see, but I'm taking Toronto Ultra here. I'm just going all in on the Ultra this year. I really enjoyed watching them. Kleenex is just something else for sure. The Seattle Surge and the Minnesota Rocker. I, of course, again, am going to be biased and take the Seattle Surge. I find Gunless, I find Octane just super fun to watch. So I'm looking forward to that matchup though. And I think the Rocker are going to be a very good test for the Surge to see if they've grown at all as a team from first weekend to second weekend. Then the second matchup on Friday is the London Royal Ravens versus the New York Subliners. I don't really know too much about either of these teams. I haven't really watched too much of these teams. The only time I've watched London, of course, was when they played Seattle last weekend. But the New York Subliners, I missed their game against the LA Thieves. But realistically, I think this could be a good one. This is two teams that are, I would say, in the middle of their ladders. I'm going to go New York Subliners to bounce back and really provide a very interesting and fun game to watch. Then Saturday, we kick off with the London Royal Ravens versus the Dallas Empire. I'm going to take Dallas here. I thought they looked really good against the Seattle Surge. I think they could have won their game against the Minnesota Rocker, but just Minnesota played better. And I think that Dallas is going to come back and destroy the London Royal Ravens. Then we've got the LA Guerrillas versus Optic Chicago. I think Optic bounces back here. I think they lose 2 straight. I think they lose to Toronto and they lost to Faze. I think they're going to beat the Guerrillas here, and I think we're in for a really good game. Then the third game on Saturday is the Ultra versus the Faze. I don't know, man. Faze looked really good the first weekend, like really strong. Honestly, I'm probably going to flip-flop between this depending on how good Toronto looks against Chicago on Thursday, but right now I'm going to take the Ultra to beat Faze. I don't think they're at the top of the ladder, but I think they might be able to get there. So let's take Ultra over Faze here. Then we got Paris Legion versus the Florida Mutineers. I think the Mutineers finally get a win here over the Legion. Also on Sunday, we got the Surge against the Thieves again. Or against Thieves for the first time. I don't see the Surge winning and beating the Thieves. Man, the Thieves look so good right now. But still got to be biased and pick the Surge here. Then we got New York Subliners versus Minnesota Rocker, and I have Minnesota winning the last matchup of weekend 2. So to recap, LA Guerrillas over Florida Mutineers, Toronto Ultra over Optic Chicago, Seattle Surge over Minnesota Rocker, New York Subliners over London Royal Ravens, Dallas Empire over the Royal Ravens, Chicago over the Gorillas, Ultra over Faze, Mutineers over the Legion, Surge over the Thieves, which I don't think is going to happen, and then Rocker over the Subliners. I'm just excited for week 2 of this, and I want to know down below in the comment section, let me know, guys, what game you're looking forward to most from week 2, but also what was your favorite game from the opening weekend. Let me know in the comment down below. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video.